Hello everyone, it's Mike from Downtown Comics and welcome to the end of July. We're here to talk about all the new comics and covers releasing on Wednesday, July 31st, 2024. And I know I've had a couple of questions about where I am when I do these videos. Well, our store is in Indianapolis, Indiana, so I would like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone that is coming this week for Gen Con. So if you are watching this video and you're coming into town for Gen Con, welcome. And stop by our stores this week. So that's always fun. We have one right downtown next to the convention center. So with that out of the way, anyone else that comes into town, feel free to stop by. But let's go with downtowncomics.com is the place to go to check out all the new comics and covers, some of which I may not have on this table. And of course, liking, sharing, and subscribing is always appreciated. Also, one more thing, this is not a long video today because there's not as much stuff out. So I will add in also that because of the split distribution now in our world where certain companies get it from two different places, there may be times where I do something as new because I got it this week that it's possible has already come out the week before because another distributor shipped it ahead of time or my distributor was late. So I apologize for that. I'm not keeping track. I just go with what I get every week from my distributor that I do. So if I mention a comic is new to me, but it's already been out, apologies there, but you know, that's the way it is. So, all right, onward. It is a small week for DC. End of the month, fifth week, they do a skip week. So we'll go over DC. They have a one-shot, the Super Pet Special, Bite Identity Crisis. So if you're a fan of the Super Pets, they get a one-shot. We also get a reprint of the first Justice League of America this week. And you get a shiny cover for that one. Their big book is another issue of Absolute Power, the Task Force 7. So this miniseries continues. If you're following Absolute Power, you're going to want to pick this up. We also have Red Hood. And apologies, but we have a couple other covers for that Bite Identity Crisis. Sorry about that. I thought it was a different book. So I like that one. That's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, that's everything for DC. So if you're a DC fan, stop in and pick up something you may have not jumped onto lately, like the Absolute Power. If you haven't started that yet, come in and jump on that. So, all right, let's move on to Independence. We have Something is Killing. Nope, I'm sorry. That's House of Slaughter. All right, House of Slaughter is new this week, and you get a die-cut cover there. Our horror-themed Archie event, Judgment Day, continues with number 3. Power Rangers fans, if you've been reading The Darkest Hour in the regular Power Rangers book, I believe this one-shot is the end game for that crossover, so if you don't have that on your list, make sure you pick this up. It is a one-shot. We have 2 other reprints, shiny versions, so we get Shiny Doctor Who. Oh, I get these guys mixed up. Oh, right. It's right there at the top. All right, so this is the 11th Doctor. Sorry, I'm not a Doctor Who mega fan. So you get the 11th Doctor, his comic book from years and years ago, gets a shiny reprint. And then our 10th Doctor also gets a shiny reprint. All right, Saga fans, Saga is back. So it's been on hiatus. It is back, issue 67. So we can get back on the Saga train this week. Spawn-wise, we have 2 Spawn books, Sam and Twitch, and then regular old Spawn is new this week. We're back with a new Lego Ninjago miniseries, so fans of that. We also have a new volume for the Gunbreed. I think we carried the first miniseries, and it did pretty well, so that's from Blood Moon. Department of Truth is also back into publishing, so it's on issue 24. We have a brand new Firefly miniseries starting up. From Ashley Wood, the artist, this is a reprint of his Lore comic book, so remastered. So that's issue 3 of that remastering, I guess. The miniseries Masterpiece, which seemed to be on hiatus, is finally, I think, done at number 6. Neil Gaiman's Anansi Boys hits number 2. The new IP Gotchaman hits number 2. Number 1 did really well, so good. We have a new one from Massive, Kosher Mafia, number 1 there. We also have a new one from Udon, so Final Fight I don't know if that's sounds like a video game to me, so probably a video game tie-in. We also have a new Godzilla one-shot, so versus Manda. Okay. Our Turtles Black, White, and Green miniseries continues. Shiny cover there. And let's just finish off our Independence. We get a new Sonic, and we get a new My Little Pony. All right, so onward to Marvel. They have a much bigger week this week. So starting out with some reprints, the Uncle Scrooge one-shot, Infinity Dime, gets a second printing. The Venomverse Reborn #1 gets a second printing. And the Deadpool Wolverine miniseries #2 gets a second printing. And then Ultimate Spider-Man #6 gets a second printing. So all second printings there. And onward to new stuff. The Shadow of the Green Goblin miniseries hits #4. Pretty sure that's the end. The Helverine series on #3. A brand new Ultimate Spider-Man. So do we have two? Nope, we just got the two covers there, it looks like. All right. And then one of our big releases this week is the release of the new X-Force. So X-Force #1, it's back. And Forge is leading the charge. You get your obligatory Scotty Young cover. There's Forge. He's awesome. You get a shiny cover. And I will also take this opportunity to do a public service announcement. There's been some consternation about... Ooh, don't want to show the back. Consternation about this, which I don't want to scan, the barcode there. I don't want to get my camera too close, right? There's a QR code at the end of the X-Men issues. And there's been some worry that Marvel is not doing the final page of books anymore for some reason. That is not the case. That is an extra page. So that's a bonus, right? That's a bonus page. You can scan that and you get a little preview of what's to come next issue. So it's a bonus thing. It's a preview. It is not the last page of the story. The last page of the story is the last page of the comic. They didn't take a page out. The page count is the same. Just wanted to let everyone know that in case they were worried about that. So it's just an extra thing they're trying out. All right, back to the books. X-Men Era of Apocalypse, that miniseries continues at #4. All right, if you're following the Weapon Extraction, we get 2 parts this week. We get part 3 and part 5. Okay, it was 4. I don't know where 4 is. All right, I don't know. That's maybe that 5 is wrong. I don't know. All right, anyway, Fantastic Four does double duty. It's a Blood Hunt tie-in, and it says part 3 of our Deadpool Wolverine little backup story. And then we move on to Immortal Thor, which I guess says #5 on the cover, but I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be #4. We'll have to see if that's a misprint. And also, it is a part, though, of the Deadpool Wolverine. So, here we go. Our Annihilation 2099 miniseries is over at #5. I believe that's it for that weekly. And then our other big release this week is the End of Blood Hunt. So you get the bagged version, and then you get the unbagged version. So we'll see what happens there. Oh, well, that could be an interesting cover given everything that's gone off over last weekend. So there we go. And then also wrapping up the Midnight Suns miniseries, also tying into Blood Hunt. All right. We have a new What If. So what if Donald Duck became Wolverine? So this is another little thing they're trying out. And I believe this is actually a miniseries, or at least it's a what if Donald Duck became something miniseries. Maybe not. They're not all Wolverines. So there's going to be more than one of those. The Darth Maul miniseries, Black, White, and Red, hits #4. I believe that is all for this one as well. We have our new Ghost Spider, #3. And they were a little behind, so if you were waiting on that last Scotty Young for Scotty Young month, it's finally out to complete your set. All right, and we get a Black Widow one-shot highlighting her new status quo, I guess, as a Venom symbiote wearer. She'll probably be tying into that Venom War coming up, so you may want to check this out if you're going to be reading that. All right, more Goblin and Amazing Spider-Man this week. That's a pretty cool cover. Very shiny. All right, and speaking of little events, so Miss Marvel's annual also ties into the ongoing Deathstone saga. Started at Thanos. I believe Thor had a part, and Amazing Spider-Man, I think. So this is like, I think, part 4. Yeah. So this Miss Marvel is part 4 of that annual crossover, so check that out. And lastly, another Marvel, Captain Marvel, hits number 10. There we go. All right. So not a huge week, but for a skip week, Marvel, you know, saving the best for last, I guess. And so there you go. So thanks for watching. I am going to go now because I've talked too much, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.